Imagine waking up one day and finding newspaper headlines screaming of torpedoes and murder, and your battleship has exploded, and you demand justice. But what if this was never true? The explosion of the USS Maine in 1898 was portrayed and acted by media, fueling outrage and leading to the Spanish-American War and U.S. policy to change forever. Media manipulation has been a common theme for a century and has always led to outrageous outcry by the public when the public wholeheartedly trusts the media. Through researching historical sources as well as government release information, I've learned the power misinformation can have on public opinion and further government action. Today, I'll inform everyone about the sinking of the USS Maine, the media's portrayal of the incident and the public response, as well as the government's action taken due to the public and media's pressure. First, we will discuss the timing behind the USS Maine explosion. A little background, at the time, Cuba just separated from Spain and the public was sympathizing with them. This will come in play later regarding the pressure. And starting off, USS Maine left Key West, Florida in January of 1898 just for a 1-month voyage to the Havana Harbor. And during this time, just outside of the harbor, the USS Maine exploded, killing 266 American sailors just outside of its destination. In modern times, though, we know from an investigation done by H.D. Rickover in 1976, this was most likely caused by a coal bunker fire. And just a little background on coal bunker fires, they are spontaneous and you can't really predict them. But back then, once this started, there wasn't much the team could do to stop it or prevent it from reigniting or taking over the ship. So now that we've discussed the real cause of USS Maine, and this is widely accepted as what actually happened, let's delve into how the media took this news of the explosion. So just 2 days after the explosion occurred, yellow press newspapers have already gone blowing headlines like the Maine's explosion caused by a bomb or torpedo and the Spanish are guilty. This all resulted in public outcry and leading to everyone pointing fingers at Spain. These headlines were baseless though, but they did have some fuel because the public were already sympathizing with Cuba, as I mentioned before, so we did not already have any form of good relation with Spain from this. So just imagine back then, you wake up and then you see these headlines spread everywhere without any of your current knowledge. The public at the time took full truth to this and wholeheartedly believed in the media and only felt anger towards Spain. So, now that we've discussed the media's portrayal of the USS Maine and the blaming of Spain, how did the U.S. government respond to this outcry? From the rallying of the public and the widespread media headlines in sympathy for Cuba, the U.S. government took action and declared war on Spain. In April of 1898, the U.S. officially declared war on Spain and will go on for only 10 weeks, which resulted in the Treaty in Paris. This result will forever change the U.S. position in the world, as it was the first time that the U.S. was declared as an imperial power. The U.S. gained new territory because of the world. This is the first time since the U.S. had gained independence from Britain, and this is different from before, as normally when we gain territory, we had intentions to turn these into states, but this is completely new. So the territories we gained in question, for example, are Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines, which we all know today, and these imperialistic ideals reshaped the U.S.'s perspective on foreign policy forever, as it began our now known tendency of bringing liberty to countries that want to gain independence. For example, the Mexican Revolution in the early 1900s, Haiti, and Ticonderoga, just to name a few. So media, though, as seen today as mostly a source of entertainment, has had a massive effect on the history of the U.S. and sway of public opinion. Today, we learned of the origins of the USS Maine incident, which sparked the Spanish-American War, as well as the media's role to play in pressuring the U.S. government engaging in war. So, if you were born in this time, would you have been swayed by the media, or would you take a different action? So next time that you're reading news articles or just casually watching news, think back to the USS Maine and consider if everything you see is true.